Well, back here at the ballpark, the Vancouver Canadians in a scoreless tie with the Dust Devils of Tri-City. It is Championship Sunday here, and if you're thinking of what's going on in the dugout right now, presented of Granville Island Brewing, Dave Pano is probably saying, keep with the program. His boys have managed 3 hits off a very good starter, Tyler Gagnon, and the situational baseball will happen. The Canadians will get their day before this is all said and done. If you're pitching coach Jim Sykowski, you're looking out at the starter right now, Jesse Hernandez, saying, keep it going. 6 strikeouts through 3 innings of work. Back to the top of the order, Brian Humphreys, first base hit off of Hernandez. First pitch fastball, and the Dust Devils have something brewing here in the top of the first. You would almost have to think that the Dust Devils have the momentum in this game, despite Hernandez going 3 innings, having given up just the 1 hit. The reason is the Canadians' offense just cannot seem to break through. And if the Dust Devils, dare we say, were able to potentially get a run here, it would really put the Canadians on their heels for the fact that they've done everything but score a run. Double play depth for the middle of the infield. Squaring to bunt is Tim Smalling, and that was a thought process that some thought the Canadians might have a little bit earlier in the third. But they didn't. They swung away and came up empty-handed, and that's fine. I mean, you get to this stage of the Northwest League season, you let them fall where they fall, so to speak. Hernandez, for the first time in this game, working from the stretch. It's a slider that missed away, and now the count goes to 2-0. It's as much mental as it is physical at this stage. You're tired. Your body's beat up. You know your friends and family are waiting for you to come home, and the planes are booked to leave Vancouver tomorrow. But you got to find that second win. Ball laced foul towards the Canadians' dugout, and the count goes to 2-1. Hernandez looking into his catcher, Pierce Rankin. Third baseman, Andy Burns, just a step back of the bag at third, but several steps away from it. Not exactly hugging the line, so to speak. 2-1. High fly ball, very shallow left field. Long run for Matt Newman. Shane Opitz will give way at the last second, and Newman will come down with the baseball. And that was one of those plays where you have to have good communication. And between Opitz and Newman, they absolutely did. So as the bunting here at the ballpark continues to work its way behind home plate, you know that nice drapery that goes during the championships? It's red, white, and it's blue. Well, it's here at the ballpark, and it makes for really festive imagery here at Scotiabank Field. It's usually reserved for opening night and the postseason. Hernandez now with 1 out, would love a ground ball. Fastball catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 0-1. What's interesting is Hernandez, prototypically, is not a strikeout pitcher. He's a guy that usually burns you into the ground. But here tonight, he came out a ball of fire. Got through the first time of the lineup with no troubles at all. Throw over to Kevin Patterson to check in on Brian Humphreys, and it's a little bit late as Humphreys got back in. Top of the fourth, scoreless baseball. Tri-City and Vancouver fighting for a championship. It will be won today. There are no tomorrows. The 0-1 from Hernandez to the plate. It's a check swing. Snap throw from Rankin, and they almost got the big fella down there at first base, Brian Humphreys. But boy, Patterson had a tough time keeping that ball in front of him. If he could have fielded it cleanly and maybe slap tag, they might have had a more closer opportunity to get him. Hernandez, 3 1/3, 1 hit. No runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts so far. It's the championship kind of performance that you've been looking for. The right-hander looking in. He's got his side. Rankin, the catcher, sets up on the outside portion of the plate. Now the pitch on its way, a slow roller foul. The runner, Humphreys, was off. He got a great jump on Hernandez. As Freddie Ocasio, the manager of the Dust Devils, looking for his first Northwest League championship. Still double play depth in the middle of the diamond. Birdie and Opitz holding their gloves over their hands to communicate so that the only people that know what they're saying are each other. The pitch just missed inside. It's a good spot if you're going to miss it. It really forces the issue of Tyler Massey, who would love to get his hands extended and drive something into a gap. Got to remember, of all the guys in the lineup for the Dust Devils, it's Massey and his 8 home runs that is the true catalyst when it comes to the big blow to an opposing team. Left-handed hitting outfielder today awaits the 2-2 pitch from Hernandez. Kicks and fires, and it's fouled on a line into the seats. Out there in Section 10, it looks like everybody's okay. A couple of ladies didn't even drop their beer. That's impressive. Good Canadian girls, as Grapes would call them. If that was me, I would have thrown my beer, run about 5 sections up. It probably would have hit my girlfriend, and it would have been a disaster. And they'd have replayed it on ESPN several times, and I'd never be able to live it down. At least in theory, of course. The pitch that he hit into the stands broke his bat, so working his way back towards the first base dugout is Tyler Massey. Gives us a chance to recap this game, albeit gently. Both Tyler Gagnon and Jesse Hernandez have brought their A game, to steal a phrase used by Tiger Woods, or the golfer formerly known as Tiger Woods. 1 out with a runner on first for the Dust Devils, trying to open up the scoring. Hernandez looking to stop that in its tracks. 2-2 pitch from Jesse's on its way. It's a curveball that is into right field, just beyond John Birdie. Working his way over to third will be the runner Humphreys, and now they're going to try and get that runner going to second, and he's going to be dead on arrival. Oh, Freddie Acasio's got to be fuming right now. For some reason, Tim Smalling thought it might be a good idea, with Balagot going all the way to third, to try and sneak in the second base. Well, Burns picks up the baseball very quickly, realizes he's not going to get Humphreys, and instead throws a strikeout to Opitz, who had plenty of time to apply a tag for the second down. So a crucial moment in this baseball game here in the top of the 4th. 2 outs, but the Dust Devils with the opening run is on at third base. Hernandez will deal with the 4-hitter, Jared Simon. Curveball welcomes him. Count goes to 0-1. You can feel this building trying to will Jesse Hernandez past Jared Simon. Very nice daytime crowd here today. Ownership for the Canadians watching this one intently. They're not going anywhere today. As the 0-1 for Hernandez is slapped down the third base line, it will be fair, and it's 1-0 Tri-City. Working his way around first, looking for a double, is going to be Simon, and he'll find it. He'll pull up in the middle of the infield with nobody even close to him, and it's 1-0 Dust Devils here in the top of the 4th. A group of about 25 Tri-City Dust Devils staff members and fans have made this trip up from Pasco, Washington. They're sitting right behind the first base dugout, and as soon as Simon hit that ball down the third base line, all the fans behind that, in that little section there in the Granville Island Brewing Executive Dugout Suite, came to their feet as the road team has the lead here. And it's really hard to believe, after Hernandez's dominance, it's hard to believe that he was the one who gave up the first run of this baseball game. But maybe that will get the Canadians brewing. So Rivera steps in the box. First pitch he sees is up and out. Got to remember, a very animated at-bat back in the second from Rivera. He struck out on 3 pitches, and every one of them was an ordeal. The 1-0. And it's fouled off, so the count goes to 1-1. Canadians faithful desperately hoping that the Seas will be able to answer that run. It would be hard to fathom that when everything settles in this Northwest League Championship, that the road team would win 7 of 8 games in this Northwest League playoff. It would be unbelievable to think of that. Swing and a miss on a changeup, and the count goes to 1-2. They've got to find a way to strand that runner at second. Canadians don't mind playing from behind. They've done it their whole year. It almost feels like we're right at home, a run down. Rankin issuing a number of signs because there's a runner out there at second base. The 1-2 pitch from Jesse Hernandez. He's got 6 strikeouts in the books. And a pitch fouled off behind home plate. As we work our way towards 2 o'clock here in the Pacific Northwest, dinner time back on the eastern seaboard. It is 1-0 Tri-City. We are in the top of the 4th. Left-handed hitting. First baseman Jordan Rivera still looking for his first hit of the postseason. Both teams all of a sudden with 3 hits in this baseball game. Want to say hello today to Sherry White listening back in Pennsylvania, rooting for a championship. Kirk Sherry and Zach White also listening with Kelsey. A brief visit to the mound from the catchers, Pierce Rankin, and again the Canadians right now were the aggressor over the first 3 innings of this baseball game, but they could not score a run. They had runners at first and third and nobody out, runners at first and second and couldn't score. And the Dust Devils very unassumingly cashed in the first run. And that's kind of the way it always goes. Pitch missed outside. Fan base in Vancouver has been so good. You would love to see these guys win a championship for the city, not only for themselves and their family back home, but this loyal fan base that has been here through thick and thin. In the midst of a 1-game showdown for the Northwest League Championship. Got him. Strikeout number 7 is a changeup on the outside portion of the plate. So Hernandez does give up the 1. They strand that runner out at second, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. It is Tri-City who have opened up the scoring as they lead Vancouver 1-0 here on the Team 14-10.